Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you a little bit of gaming news regarding the Nintendo Switch 2. We're going to have a little bit of a leak roundup so that you get all caught up on what the latest and greatest Nintendo Switch 2 rumors are ahead of the upcoming release. As we approach the end of the year, the official announcement of the Nintendo Switch 2 draws ever closer. As you all know, it is a successor to the wildly popular Nintendo Switch console. Over the past few weeks, as we approach the end of the year, numerous leaks have started to emerge from third-party manufacturers and developers. These are more and more credible sources. Some of the leaks have also come from some not-so-credible sources, so we take those with a grain of salt. With all this crazy information flying around, it's easy for an eager gamer looking for news about the Nintendo Switch 2 to get lost in the weeds when trying to sort through it all. To help you find your way through it, we've compiled a list of all the confirmed details about the Nintendo Switch 2, and we've also included some of the most credible leaks regarding the Nintendo Switch 2. This information is combined into one ultimate guide for Nintendo Switch 2 leaks and rumors. So we'll start with the officially confirmed information. First off, we have confirmation that the Nintendo Switch 2 will be backwards compatible. During the fourth quarter 2024 investors meeting, Nintendo President Furukawa revealed that the Nintendo Switch 2 will indeed be backwards compatible with existing Nintendo Switch software. He also confirmed that the Nintendo Switch Online service would be compatible with the Nintendo Switch 2, meaning that most likely your digital games and your online subscriptions will all transfer over to the Nintendo Switch 2 hardware. This is a smart move as it makes the process of upgrading to the Nintendo Switch successor much smoother, since the Nintendo Switch has such an extensive library of great games that players will no doubt want to return to. This also advantages the Nintendo Switch 2 itself because it will have a built-in library of past Nintendo Switch games to support it as developers start to release new games for the platform. Our next bit of news is that Nintendo will announce the Nintendo Switch 2 before the end of the fiscal year in March 2025. During that same investor meeting, Nintendo President stated that he will make an official reveal of the Nintendo Switch 2 before the end of the fiscal year in March of 2025. He also made sure to post this information to X so it got out to the rest of the world. An announcement in early 2025 could take place during January. Nintendo has historically held a Nintendo Direct stream in January that announces some of the upcoming games for the year. A Nintendo Direct devoted entirely to an announcement of the Nintendo Switch 2 is not out of the question. Now we move on to some information that's coming from leaks, starting with hardware specs. So for Nintendo Switch hardware specs, the most oft repeated and seemingly credible rumor is that the console will have an 8-inch capacitive LCD screen with 1080p resolution, a custom NVIDIA Tegra T239 system on chip featuring an octa-core ARAM Cortex, 12GB of LPDDR5X RAM, 256GB of onboard eMMC storage, and it also supports some features that help to upscale and boost frame rates, DLSS2, the AI neural network system that stabilizes and boosts frame rates, as well as FSR3 support. It will also tout an improved battery life. Another rumor regarding the graphical capabilities of the Nintendo Switch is that it may support 4K resolution. This leak comes from a data dump from the Nintendo Switch Online playtest earlier this year. The data showed that the playtest contains support for mesh shaders and 4K resolution. The current Nintendo Switch is not capable of 4K resolution, meaning that this could be an indication that the Nintendo Switch 2 will be able to support 4K. If it does support 4K, it will obviously only support 4K in docked mode. Our next bit of information, it doesn't really pertain to much, but it's just an interesting factoid. The internal development codename for the Nintendo Switch 2 was Ounce. It's common practice for video game console hardware in early development to have codename. Nintendo has always used this practice. For example, the codename for Nintendo 64 was Project Reality, and for the GameCube was Project Dolphin. So it's only natural that Nintendo Switch 2 would have a codename during its development process, and the codename Ounce is a fitting codename when thinking about the hybrid nature of the hardware. Our next bit of information is another leak/rumor, and this one is going to be of great concern to a lot of people. The Nintendo Switch 2 will use Hall effect joysticks. There's no question that stick drift was a significant issue that plagued Nintendo Switch hardware, to the point that Nintendo spent multiple millions in free repairs to Joy-Con drift, and has even had to deal with lawsuits. After all this, it should be expected that Nintendo would take a good look at implementing solutions to this issue in their next hardware. Hall effect joysticks use magnetic technology to replace the physical moving plastic contacts that can wear down over time or get dust particles caught in them and cause stick drift. Hall effect joysticks are not flawless, but they don't suffer from stick drift. Knowing Nintendo, they may build their own proprietary version of Hall effect hardware to ensure the best precision and feel for their control sticks. Nintendo Switch 2's Joy-Cons will attach magnetically to the console. Nintendo Switch 2 is said to have a slightly larger build, and with that, the Joy-Con for the Nintendo Switch 2 will be a little bit larger, and it will magnetically attach to the console. The rumors suggest that Nintendo has a built-in digital audio cue to replace that satisfying snap sound when the physical Joy-Con clicks into place on the original Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Con are also rumored to have analog triggers, making them pressure sensitive for more precise gameplay. Joy-Con are also reported to have extra buttons, including the C button on the right Joy-Con, which people suspect might be a capture button or maybe a connect button, a button that will connect the Nintendo Switch console to your television and create a dual screen experience, sort of like the Wii U had. That might be useful for porting over certain DS titles through the Nintendo Switch Online service, so that might be a possibility for the C button. There's already a capture button on the original Nintendo Switch, so it seems unlikely that this new C button will be a capture button. But as of yet, we don't know what that button does. Now we move on to a little bit of software rumors. A new Mario game developed using Unreal Engine 4 could launch with the Nintendo Switch 2. It's been a little while since a new Nintendo console has had a Mario game at launch. A brand new Mario game to launch aside the Nintendo Switch 2 would be a welcome development, and without question would be a massive driver of sales. With the astronomical success of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, Mario is hotter than ever. Super Mario Bros. Wonder continued and grew that interest, and a brand new 3D Mario adventure in the tradition of Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine and Galaxy, and Odyssey would be the capstone to kick off the Nintendo Switch 2 with a bang. There's rumor that a brand new Mario Kart is in development, rumored to be titled Mario Kart X, and some reports are saying it could be the most expensive game Nintendo has ever made. It goes without saying that many developers are currently working on games for the Nintendo Switch 2, but there are some rumors that focus on some specific developers and games. There have been leaks from industry insiders that have revealed that a lot of major studios have been working on games for the Nintendo Switch 2. Square Enix is reported to be porting Final Fantasy VII Rebirth to the Nintendo Switch 2. Sega is also reported to be working on games. There's rumor of a Bayonetta trilogy that collects all 3 games from the series and enhances them for the Switch 2. The apparent consensus from developers appears to be that it's easier to port games over to the Nintendo Switch 2 hardware, and graphically intensive games like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth run amazingly on the hardware. At this stage, many are speculating that the announcement of the Nintendo Switch 2 is imminent. The level of leaks and speculation about the Nintendo Switch 2 has reached a fever pitch. The leaks and rumors are becoming more and more consolidated. Some believe that this could force Nintendo to make an announcement earlier than they had originally planned. They expect that it's better to announce now to get ahead of any potential full leaks of the entire console. Regardless, we are in the home stretch, and a reveal of the Nintendo Switch successor is coming any day now. And that does it for our Nintendo Switch 2 rumors for now. What do you think? Are there any rumors that you heard that haven't been mentioned in this video? Are there any rumors that you think are 100% true, or maybe some rumors that you think might be bunk? Let me know in the comments below. Also, while you're at it, consider liking and following this channel. Also, consider supporting me on Ko-fi so that I can continue making content like this. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video.